said recently on the Nintendo podcast that midnight releases were the scourge of society. I hated them. I got so sick of them. I went to so many that they just all were just crap. You just wait in line for hours and hours and hours. Nothing fun happens. Nothing exciting happens. But I can say, after an amazing midnight launch sequence that I had on stream for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I was wrong. Midnight launches are pretty sick. Midnight launches have been happening for years, and honestly, I think they're pretty tired. I don't really understand why people do it anymore. It just makes no sense. With online, you can just download a game and you can actually start playing at midnight. When you go to a store and you wait in a line at midnight, you're not getting home until like 3, 4 a.m. You're not going to be able to play the game. And you're tired and you're exhausted and you don't want to start a giant adventure to save all of Hyrule. So I got bored of them. I stopped wanting to go. But something about this midnight launch, something about The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom made me want to go, and thank God I did, because it led to one of the most amazing nights, one of the most amazing live streams I've ever had in my entire career and in my entire life.
This is kind of a cool view. This is very pog. We're in New York City. New York City, New York state of mind. Who would have thought? Who would have... Look at us. Look at us, right, chat? Look at us. Yeah, dude, we're at the Nintendo New York store for the midnight event, so I thought I'd go live. It kind of makes sense. There's a lot of people in this line. It is the biggest event I've ever been to in my life for a Nintendo game. Hello, Marissa. You can do bad jokes. Let me think of a bad joke.
A few moments later.
How does the Nintendo store go on the internet? They use an internet browser. It's a medium tier joke, it's fine.
The night started off a little weird because it started off the same time as Good Morning America was having the Jonas Brothers on the following morning. So they needed to set up in the entire like little commune that the Nintendo of America store is. So like right in front of this giant line, they were setting up a giant stage for the Joe Bros to sing and do like little gyrations in their pelvises that make all the fans go, woo! I'm a fan of the Jonas Brothers. I don't know why I had to say it like that. I like the Jonas Brothers a lot. One of the coolest things about the night was the giant Zelda truck they had. I don't know what they did. They had a giant bus, and it had a TV on the side, and it was just showing trailers from Tears of the Kingdom. It was really cool. It definitely caused retina damage for some people that were like up front in the line. It was very bright. But the people of New York now know that Tears of the Kingdom is going out. So thank God for them. Good guy truck. They were really pulling out all the stops for Tears of the Kingdom midnight launch. And of course they were. They wheeled out a truck, and they also wheeled out Doug Bowser. But more importantly than Doug Bowser, they wheeled out Eiji Aonuma. Am I saying that name right? No. How do you say it?
Eiji Aonuma.
Eiji Aonuma. Okay. Eiji Aonuma. Got it. Doug Bowser and Eiji Aonuma were there.
Wow. So crazy.
The head of Nintendo of America and the producer for the entire Legend of Zelda series. The guy who, like, is responsible for making Zelda, like, the gigalith of the gaming economy that it is. I love this man's games so much, so being able to bask in his presence was so cool.
That's Doug Bowser.
Yo, Wesley, you so lucky, bro.
Chat, that's Doug Bowser.
I got you, Wesley. Yes.
Chat, that's the president of Nintendo. That's crazy.
Those weren't the only cool people that were there. All my friends were there, and I'm really happy that, yeah, I'm really happy that I got to see all my friends there too. Jiggy 11 was there. Abe, A-A-X-I-I-I. Pixel Chris, E, guy with the hair, C and D, Afro Sakurai, Ash said hi. I'm forgetting so many people. I'll tell you one thing too. That line was probably one of the longest lines I've ever seen in my life. It was like people trying to buy a Taylor Swift concert ticket. We were all Swifties, and Tears of the Kingdom was our Taylor Swift concert. That line went on for miles, and it only added more and more. On the other side of the street, there was another line forming for people to get in at the store open at 10 a.m. People were sleeping there. People were sleeping there for days. I think Alex C&D slept there for like a week trying to get the game as soon as he could. There's no fans more dedicated than Nintendo fans. You just can't convince me otherwise. The line was so long, I actually have a channel point redemption on my Twitch channel called Take a Lap. And in it, I just go and I take a lap. So I left my group. We weren't getting in the store just yet. So I took a lap and I walked down the entirety of the street. And the whole thing took me about like 20 minutes to go and do. And in the span of that, Twitch chat made me miss meeting AG Anuma and Doug Bowser. I saw them, but I couldn't meet them. So there was already a crowd around them. Had I stayed, I probably would have gotten to say hello or something. So the fact that I didn't is Twitch chat's fault. So Twitch chat, you're on my shit list. Speaking of Twitch though, I'm actually probably live right now and you can go check me out at twitch.tv/Scootish for a lot of really cool gaming variety things like this. Stu! Stu! Bagel! Ow! Fuck! You suck as a horse. I will say I'm making fun of Twitch chat for, you know, making me miss Doug Bowser and AG Anuma outside. However, I did get to show off the fact that I was an old New York City tour guide. You see, the Nintendo New York store is actually in Rockefeller Center, which is famous for Radio City Music Hall, and there's a lot of cool history about Radio City Music Hall, and I got to like show off my history buff skills about that, and I was really cool about it. I was really hyped about it, and Twitch chat was like, we don't care. We're Twitch chat. Let's just like mess around. At 11:45, because we got in as media, thanks E, we were able to go into the store a little bit early, and there were rigorous sets of rules. There was like a whole corner of the store on the second floor that we could not film. The reason why we couldn't film it is because it was a bunch of producers and they were, you know, tech people working production. It's like a sausage factory. You know, you don't really want to see how the sausage gets made. You just know it gets made. You know, it's like, don't spoil the magic. Don't spoil the art. There was like a control center, bunch of computers, making sure their live stream, their Treehouse Live was running okay, making sure everything looked good, everything was well lit. There was a bunch of like high-powered lights. So they just didn't want to show off like the organs of their live stream. And I respect that. I understand that. So I did my best to not show off like anything that was there. I didn't take any pictures. I didn't take any video because the people are just doing their jobs. But, you know, for the time being, we walked around the store as media. We filmed. I continued streaming. You know, I was having a good time. We were having a great vibes on the stream. It was a really fun time. And then midnight finally hit. And they let in that lucky fan who got to go in first and buy the game from none other than Doug freaking Bowser. Doug Bowser himself sold him the very first copy of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition. And oh my God, the excitement and the hype was so much fun. Everyone was cheering and clapping, just thrilled that it happened, thrilled that it's out, thrilled that everyone can now experience probably one of the greatest games of all time. Except that was all a lie. You see, because I'm media, I got in the store 15 minutes early. And that 15 minutes was actually spent going up to the second floor and buying everything myself. Like, everyone in media already bought everything first. He wasn't the first guy. We were the first people. He was just the first fan to go buy the game. I get it. It's exciting and it's fun. But, I mean, I was the first. I had it before him. I had everything. And actually, when I went to buy everything, they threw in the amiibo, the little Tears of the Kingdom amiibo. Let me get the little guy. I got this guy for free. Why is it just zoomed in on my face now? I think it was that way of Nintendo saying thank you for coming to the midnight launch and covering it and giving us free publicity and free press. So it was a very nice gift that they included, because I was definitely going to buy this guy because he's so cool and I love him so much. I actually like amiibo. I'm glad they restocked the amiibo. I actually picked up a couple of amiibo as well. I picked up the Wind Waker duo and the 8-bit Link amiibo and this little guy. And I like him. I like him a lot. You know, it was actually cool to go back to the Nintendo store. I don't go that often anymore. I live in Brooklyn and it's kind of hard to just go up to the Manhattan just to go browse a store that I'm probably not going to buy anything that often from. So it was nice being able to walk in it and see the entire store, because it's like a giant museum. There's like a history of Nintendo consoles. They have everything from the trading cards that they used to make, to the Virtual Boy, to a whole wall of just every Game Boy, DS, 3DS that they ever made. And I love it. It's so cool. They even had a Gulf War Game Boy that was destroyed in the war but still worked.
Game Boy, yeah, the Game Boy officially died, I think, a year or two ago, which is very sad.
I thought they completely removed it, but it was in the corner of the store that we weren't allowed to film it. So that's where it was. And I thought that it died. We thought that it died, but it's apparently still there, and it's in the corner, and I just wasn't allowed to film there, so it's okay. No one freak out that it's not. Also, they had like a little photograph spot with like the Tears of the Kingdom link that they had at PAX East, and the giant video wall that they also had at PAX East, and it was cool. Got a little photo. I asked E and Abe if they wanted to be a part of it. They said yes, and then they went off, and they were, I don't know, they were talking to someone, and they were busy. So, you know.
It's so cool.
One thing that we need to talk about, though, and this is directed at my Twitch chat, you need to stop telling me to lick things. Also, stop, don't ask me to steal things. And there was a whole bit where you guys were like, oh, this stream is giving breaking and entering. You can't do that. You can't say that. This is a live stream. What if someone from like Nintendo was like there and like watching the stream and it was like, that's not good. He's gonna thieve us. I don't want to be known as a Nintendo thief. Like I am. Look, anyway, getting the story back on track. I bought all the stuff. I bought all the things. And then I looked around the store a little bit more. I saw a replica of the Master Sword. And it is so gnarly seeing it decayed and destroyed and broken. It's so cool. And it's surrounded by this mural of Ganondorf and like hieroglyphics that happen in the game. It looks breathtaking. So freaking cool. After I saw everything, it was finally time to leave the store, and I walked outside feeling like a champion. I was so confident, and I walked out like a warrior who won the battle.
We got Tears of the Kingdom! No one cares. Oh, that was embarrassing.
I was too overconfident. I was way too overconfident. So, lastly, I just showed off Gold Mario. And then I said goodbye to Twitch chat with the beautiful New York City skyline behind me. All in all, this midnight event was breathtaking for me. It was amazing. Showed me how much fun being surrounded by people with similar interests around me is so good, and it just feels great. Getting to see some old friends that you only see online is fun and exciting and accepting. I'm switching my tune on midnight launches again. They're fun, they're exhilarating, and they're worth it. And also, it showed me how much fun IRL live streams can be. So maybe I'll do more in New York City. Who knows? Maybe that's the path I take. But I know the first path I take is dropping down in Hyrule, baby! Because I'm playing the game right now live on twitch.tv/Scootish. Go catch me there and subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Do the things. I need help. Please and thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.